Hey, we're Saints. Father Chris here. Welcome to our Crucifixional Life stream. Glad to have you with us, you beautiful people. I had a very poignant experience yesterday morning as I was leaving the house. So my day yesterday started like at the crack of dawn, and I had Bible study at night, and afterwards I had a dinner, which was probably going to be at least 2 hours, and then I would be home like 10, maybe 10:30, right? And I asked my wife on the way out, I said, hey, is everybody home tonight? And she said, yeah, I think the girls are going to Bible study because we also have a teen Bible study last night. And so they were going to go, and then the girls would go home. My girls would go home with my bride for dinner, and I was missing it. And, you know, the life of a parish priest and someone who teaches warrior saints, I mean, we're busy, right? We just, there's always something going on. But my oldest is graduating high school in about 2 weeks' time, and we'll be going to Boston for college, right? Like Boston, so we're here in Arizona. Boston's way over here, right? Like she's going away, and I'm super pumped for her, super excited. And it's obviously bittersweet because we don't want her to leave the house. And it hit me as I was walking out. She said, yeah, we'll all be home for dinner. And I thought, but I won't. It's another meal that I will miss with my family. Now, I'm not whining. We eat together at least 4, maybe 5 times a week, if not more. We make a deliberate effort to do that. But I'm so craving that last moment. I'm craving all of them because they could be last moments. And as I was thinking about this, you know, the idea of children and the family and the gathering around the table are so important that it is incumbent upon us as warrior saints to never, ever, ever squander even one of those moments, because all those cliches about, you know, life goes so fast and it's over in the blink of an eye and they're out of your house and blah, blah, they're all true, right? I'm just in the midst of dealing with it for the first time, so I can tell you they're all true. Many of you may be ahead of me. Many of you may have already had your children go out of the house. Some of you may even have grandchildren already, and maybe even great-grandchildren. I don't know. So you're way ahead of us in that experience of life. But if so, then you will know that what I'm saying today is dead on accurate. So the key is never to ever squander one of those moments, because family and family gathered around the table is such a rich blessing. Listen to what we hear from the Psalms. In Psalm 127, verses 3, 4, 5, we hear, lo, sons are a heritage from the Lord, the fruit of the womb a reward. Like arrows in the hand of a warrior are the sons of one's youth. Happy is the man who has his quiver full of them. Now, as a man who has daughters, I understand that Psalm 127 says sons, and you know that whole the Semitic and ancient Semitic mindset of sons being the ones who carry the name, who go out and fight, and yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, for those of us that have girls, who have been blessed with girls, I think the statement is equally applicable to having sons and daughters. And some of us would say even daughters more than sons, but okay, fine, right? The idea is that it is a blessing from the Lord. You have someone whom you feel an overwhelming amount of love. And it's a funny love, because every day it gets more. Just when you think there's nothing left in my heart, I can't love anymore, you love more. It's an amazing, crazy thing. My point to us today is, as warrior saints, do not squander the time, because truly, and again, those who are older and wiser than I can attest to this, time goes very, very quickly. It goes fast. And here's the weird thing. It gets faster as you get older, right? What seemed like a minute when I was 20 is about half a minute now that I'm 50, right? Like it's totally just getting faster. And you also start to see that, oh, there is an end to this, but that's next week. So what do we do as warrior saints? How do we make the most of the time so we don't squander it? I'm glad you asked. You didn't ask, but I wanted you to ask, because this is what I'm thinking. Because what I want you to do is visit warriorsaints.org and subscribe. In there, we have a multitude of lessons about time and how to make the most of the time, how to make time count, how to be effective with your time, and most importantly, how to use whatever time you have that God has given to spend with family so that you might enjoy those rich blessings. And even further, which is what we're going to talk about tomorrow, in those moments around your table, how do you train that child for when he or she is out in the world on their own? Don't waste the time. It's very few, or very fleeting, very, very few moments, really, we can say. Life goes fast. Don't waste the time. Join us on the way of the Warrior Saints by visiting warriorsaints.org. Make sure to come back tomorrow, and as always, keep walking on the way of the Warrior Saint.